Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria,
And I'm Rosetta.
and as you can tell, we're not together today because this is our finale chat of 2023. It's going to be formatted a little different because we're going to just do a year in review.
Yes,
However, we always want to set the tone of love, peace, and kindness. We want to request that as you watch our chat, that you will be open and receptive to just positivity in the world because we need it. 'Tis the season.
yes, it is. And I hope you all had a great holiday season
Yes,
and enjoyed time with loved ones, family, and friends.
yes, because we had Hanukkah, then we went into Christmas, and now we're into Kwanzaa. So there's a little bit of everything for everyone. So hopefully we're all happy today.
Yes, yes, yes. And quickly, I want to remind you, because we have a lot to chat about today, I want to remind you to hit the thumb icon if you like our chats and subscribe to our channel and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our chats.
Yes.
Okay, Silicon Valley Girls chat over tea, and it's tea time. So we're going to tell you what teas we're drinking. Today I'm drinking Tazo Sweet Wild Sweet Orange. And
Mm.
here it is. And the ingredients are, let me see where they are. Lemongrass, blackberry leaves, citric acid, rose hips, spearmint leaves, turmeric for color, riboflavin for color, orange peel, hibiscus flowers, natural flavor, rose petals, orange essence, ginger root, licorice, my
Of
favorite.
course, of course.
Not only does it have licorice root, it has licorice extract as well.
Oh,
So that's
double,
what it
double,
is.
double.
Tazo wild sweet orange. And I smelt it and it smells sweet with orange taste. So I'm going to say cheers, and Gloria's going to tell you what she's drinking.
Cheers. Cheers. So I am having one of our favorites. If I can get it, there we go. The Tulsi Sweet Rose. You know, we love this tea. The ingredients are the organic Tulsi blend, which is holy basil, East Indian basil combined. Then we have organic chamomile, we have organic rose, organic lemon myrtle, and organic stevia. Organic, organic, organic. It's one of our favorites. So once again, cheers.
Cheers. I love my one. And this was one that I forgot to mention. I was given this as a gift by no other than Gloria. I love it. It smells sweet and you can actually taste the orange, which is very nice.
Yes, yes. All right, because we've got a lot to get to, we're going to get this party started. So the first thing we're going to do is Rosetta is going to acknowledge the passing of some great individuals. We lost a lot of people in 2023, and we're just going to highlight a few.
Yes. So here are some of the ones that we're going to highlight. Tina Turner, bless our heart, Tina Turner. We have Sinead O'Connor, Matthew Perry, Richard Roundtree. We have Tony
Shaft,
Bennett. Yes, that's Richard Roundtree was, say that again.
Shaft.
Yeah, yes. Jimmy Buffett, Sandra Day O'Connor, Len Goodman. Len Goodman's from Dancing with the Stars. Henry Kissinger, Diane Feinstein, Rosalind Carter, and those are the ones that we have. I'm sure there's more, but we just wanted to remember these few that had passed this year.
Yes. We also want to highlight some of the great movies that came out. There are way too many for us to do. However, we're going to highlight two that they did an unusual partnering, and that is Barbie and Oppenheimer. Those two were off the charts. People love them. We also had Mission Impossible. Who doesn't love a Tom Cruise movie? John Wick, Fast X, Joyride, Spider-Man, Priscilla, Indiana Jones, Tresimo.
Turismo.
Oh, Turismo. See, I have this little thing called Suri who auto corrects what I write. And so if I say anything wrong, I know what I want to say. I'm just reading. Then we have recently Willy Wonka, and we have The Color Purple. And one of the things that I love is this magazine. It's People, and Oprah talks a lot about The Color Purple and what it was like before and what the new film, which opened on Christmas. So that's going on right now. So if you didn't get to the theater, rent them, stream them, check them out. So now we're going to talk a little bit about some aha moments like Will Smith.
Yes, Will Smith.
So, yes, he was at the Oscars. Everybody was like, he's going to win, he's going to win, he's going to win. And as part of the process, he kind of had a meltdown and he slapped Chris Rock. That was the slap that was heard around the world because at first we thought it was a skit. It wasn't a skit. So that was something. What else happened along that lines,
Along
Rosetta?
those lines, happened along those lines.
Brittany.
Oh, that's right. Britney Spears. She actually came out with her book, her
Yes.
memoirs, and it's called The Woman in Me. And she sold 1.1 million copies of her memoirs. So I have not read it. I don't think I'm going to read it, but good for her that she sold so many copies.
Yes, good for her. It was also the year of concerts. Harry Styles, Beyonce, Taylor Swift. No one made less than $500 million and up. So if you got to see those concerts, they were amazing. And Beyonce and Taylor Swift, they actually did a movie of their concerts. So you can still see them. The Queen.
The Queen, yes. Thanks for that little. The Queen passed this year. It was really tragic because I'm being from the UK. I grew up with her. That's all I've known in the royal monarchy is the Queen. And I always thought that Charles would never be king. But he became king, and in his coronation, and they did a big televised, and everyone was there, and it was very 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 nice. They also had a concert in the evening, which was nice, and many different stars played in the concert, like Katy Perry, Lionel Richie. They flew in and they did their little thing, and it was really nice. But we all miss the Queen, and now Prince Charles and Camilla are now king and queen.
Yes. Okay. So this year we had the Oscars, lots of surprises. So Jamie Lee Curtis won for Best Supporting Actress. Brandon Fraser won for Best Actor, a movie called The Whale. Michelle Yeoh won for Best Actress. Ki Chi won for Best Supporting Actor. And Jamie, Michelle, and Key all won for the movie Everything, Everywhere, and All at Once. So it was a phenomenal night. And Key received his Oscar from Harrison Ford, who he starred with as a little boy in the original Indiana Jones. So
He was
it was
so cute. He just got up
very,
there and he was like, I didn't think anyone would recognize me. And I've
yes.
been like acting all these years and now I get
Yes.
the Oscar. It's
Yeah, because
amazing.
he was like, maybe I should never do this again. And look at what happened. Never say never. So now we're going to talk a little bit about some sad activities. We have a situation in the United States called mass shootings. So
Yes,
Rosetta's going
we
to talk a
did.
little
Yeah,
bit about
this year was quite eventful, but it wasn't something that we wanted. A lot of mass shootings, and here are just some of them because there's way too many to go through. We're just going to highlight the main ones. This year was the anniversary of the Uvalde shooting. Then we had in the beginning of the year, the Lunar New Year, there was a shooting in Monterey Park after the festivities of the lunar festivities that happened. Then in Northern California, we had a 28-year-old who went into a Christian school and shot up some of the school there and the children and teachers. Then we have in Kentucky a bank where a shooter went in and shot in the bank, and he had eight different kinds of weapons. Then we had a self-proclaimed white supremacist who gunned down two men and one woman, and they were all African American. And then the most recent one was UNLV, University of Las Vegas, mass shooting, three shot and three injured. And it's just it seemed like at the beginning of the year, the first few years, we had more mass shootings than we had days. It was crazy. It was crazy. And
Yes.
you remember, if you are a long time watcher of our chats, you will see you know that every chat was talking about mass shootings, which was very sad.
Yes, very sad. And in addition, we also had a young man that had a terrible experience, and Rosetta's going to talk about Tyree.
Yeah, Tyree Nicholson was his name, and he actually was a lot of cops. There were five different cops that were involved in this incident, and I don't know why, but they were actually he had done nothing wrong, but they beat him up and they shot him and he died, and the five cops were actually charged for murder, which is very nice because a lot of times it takes forever for trials to go, um cases to go into trial and for any kind of verdict to happen. But I'm so glad that, you know, it doesn't bring back Tyree, but they got, justice was served.
Justice.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And in addition to the disappointment of all the mass shootings, we also had a situation where there was a wildfire in Maui. Initially, um, it was just devastating to watch that fire just rip across. You saw people jumping for their lives into the water and having to stay underneath the water because the fires were also in the water. They have an emergency system, but supposedly it was only used for like hurricanes or volcano eruptions. They just didn't think that the fire was that severe. So they never sent notices to the citizens, and it was just devastating. So I know that Oprah has a home in the area, and her and The Rock did some things to try and help the citizens. But I was most impressed by the fact that they kept saying, we will just rebuild. They have lost everything. And that Mahalo spirit is alive and thriving. So that was just
And
beautiful.
I'm so happy because I can see, because I saw a video in on YouTube that the banyan tree, the big banyan tree, is
Yes,
still surviving and alive, which is
yes,
really, really happy news for that.
yes. And they showed the citizens hugging that tree and crying and using their tears. I mean, I am so impressed by that community. They are so beautiful, so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yes, exactly. And on another note, we have something that is to do with technology. At the beginning of the year, we had something called AI crop up, and it was very new to all of us. And a company called OpenAI came up with Chat GPT, and that's where you can actually go into this app and you can type in questions, and Chat GPT will come back with answers, and you can just give any kind of commands. But that was when first we first started hearing about this, and it started like a wildfire because there's now apps for almost
Yes,
everything. And I'm sure you've seen lately, especially if you're on social media, I can't believe the sheer amount of apps they have to make images of yourself. It's like
right.
cartoon AI, this AI, that AI. There's all these different apps that you can now, you know, download for a price, obviously, and
Right.
it's crazy. It's good. I like it. Um, there's always going to be people using it in a bad way, but hopefully, as time goes by, we can make it to our advantage and teach our younger generation how to use it to their advantage instead of for the negative or the bad.
Absolutely. And we've even seen how AI technology is improving the way that medicine is being delivered to the mass. I mean, like Rosetta said, we're hoping and praying for good because we know people can use things for not so good, but that's that's AI. And when we started reporting on it, it was just you know, you could type in create a biz plan for me and it would do it. Now, my God, it's taken on a whole new life, whole new life. Also in 2023, we had a moment of strikes. We started out with the writer's strike. So eventually, as the seasons ended, there were no new shows. So everyone got a chance to re-watch and look for shows that they really loved. And that went along for several months. Then we had the healthcare strike because a lot of the nurses and doctors felt like they're working all these hours. We had another wave of COVID and RSV and every time out in the cold and the flu, just normal things. And these people are working tremendous hours. And so they're like, we need to be compensated for all this effort. So they went on strike. Then the United Auto Workers, they worked all during COVID. They kept making cars. They kept doing their jobs. They did not receive raises. They did not receive improvements on their benefits, nothing. So, the major ones like Ford, GM, Jeep, they went on strike. And if that wasn't enough, the writers are on strike. Now the actors, the SAG, uh, goes on strike. So now everybody's striking. And it's really been interesting because there are shows that were slated to go off the air, like The Equalizer with Queen Latifah. Oh, she's coming back. Hondo on SWAT coming back. So, anytime there's a transition, I always look for the good. So the good is we get to keep some of the shows we loved. I like that.
Yay. And it's good news to hear that the auto strike, they got what they asked for.
Yes, they did. And I can't remember if it was Ford or for its GM, but one of them stepped right up and said, "We hear you, and this is what we're going to do, and here's the plan." So that was really good.
So that was really
Yes.
good. Yeah. And then,
Yes.
as every year, we had the Met Gala, and this year was the celebration for the design work of Karl Lagerfeld. So I didn't know who he was, but a lot of celebrities know who he is, and they came out with his works and designs, and that was the Met Gala for this year.
Yes. And, because of all of the situation going on with companies, you know, looking at how they used to do business pre-COVID, how they're doing business during COVID, the lockdowns, and then how to do it post. Two major banks, Silicon Valley and First Republican, started to fail and they were going to have to file bankruptcy. And that meant that all of the people who had deposits, if you have $250,000, that's guaranteed. A lot of people had millions of dollars in these banks. And so what happened is well-established banks stepped up to purchase these failing banks to help them out. If they didn't purchase them outright, they bought enough of a percentage so that they could make a difference and they could control what was going on. And luckily, they did not go out of business. So those individuals who had money in those banks were okay.
Yes,
Um,
great. Then we have what we always talk about, Dancing with the Stars. This year, they actually, because of the passing of Len Goodman, they decided to rename their Maribor Trophy, and it is now called the Len Goodman Maribor. And this was the first one, and this season, Val won with Sochi. So Sochi
talk about
Gomez, and
amazing.
she's the cute little girl from the Marvel movies, and I think she it was well deserved because she did really well.
Yes,
So I really
I
like that,
agree.
and I love that And I loved the dance they did in tribute to Len Goodman as well. Yeah,
Yes. A
that was a
traditional, a
yeah,
real.
yeah, what Len would have really wanted. It was a tearjerker because I cried
Yes.
watching it. But
Yes.
well done, and we look forward to the next Dancing with the Stars.
Yes. And they also did a tribute to Lynn by the Pros.
Yes.
And that, I mean, there wasn't a dry eye in the room. So if you didn't watch it, go back and take a look.
Yep.
So June 18th, there's a company called Ocean Gate, and they had this device that's called a submersible. And what that is it's like, to me, I was like, it's just a little mini submarine. Um, and so people got on this device to go and see the wreckage of the Titanic. I wouldn't have done that because there weren't real seats, there weren't seat belts. There was a lot to be desired on the inside. And unfortunately, the ship disappeared. You know, they couldn't find it for days, and they kept saying they're going to run out of air, run out of air. And we found out, sadly, that it had exploded. And that's why they couldn't find the submersible, because there was nothing left but particles. Eventually, they started to see the particles. So
Yeah, didn't they
that
call it
was,
something like implode or something?
yeah, because they said it was instant. It's like as it was going down. See, they thought when they first started looking for it, it was off course or something, or it was behind the wreckage, and that they were just waiting for help. However, later they came back and they said that while it was descending, it happened. So that was a little sad. But on a good note, we kicked off the year. What we always love is new babies. So in January, Paris Hilton welcomed her first baby boy, and Chrissy Teigen and John Legend had a little girl. So we had new life coming onto the planet, and I've seen pictures of both babies, and they are just adorable.
Adorable. Yes, they were. And what do we have next on our list of 2023?
Ta da da ta da! What was the year of 2023?
Oh, yes, the year of 2023 was the year of the rabbit. So, if you did not know, it was the year of the rabbit. And, good question. I haven't even looked into what next year is.
Yeah, what is this one? Somebody told me. I forgot, but it's coming up
We can
because
find out. I can ask Siri what it is right now.
yeah, because it runs from
Siri,
January
what
27th for
is
10
the
days.
year? I'm not even saying it right. Siri, what is the Chinese animal for
Animal.
2024? There you go. It is the year of the dragon.
Oh, wow. Wow. I wonder what the dragon energy is going to feel like. That's
Wow.
interesting.
Well, I know that dragon is supposed to be good because the last time we had the year of the dragon, a lot of couples wanted to have children born in the year of the dragon.
Oh, so we'll have lots more babies coming.
Yes.
And just think, if my daughter-in-law hangs in there a little longer,
Oh, wow.
her baby could be from the year of the dragon. That would be
Yay.
awesome.
Yes.
That would be awesome. So we had the Grammys, and there were lots of awards. Um, Rosetta and I, when we watch some of the shows, we're just like, why do women feel that they have to be half naked in order to win an award, that it can't be the talent of the voice? And one of the beautiful things that happened is Beyonce won her 32nd Grammy. I think she's now tied with somebody, Drake.
With Jay-Z actually. Her
Oh, with
husband.
her
With her
husband. Oh, wow.
husband.
Yes. Oh, that must have been an interesting car ride home.
Yeah, she actually won four this year to make it 32. Amazing.
Yes, amazing. And her concert, I mean, it's a family event, having her daughter, Blue Ivy, on stage with her. Um, Rosetta and I, we had to talk to you all about that because she's only 11 and people were talking about her and how she looked and how she danced. And I'm like, she's living her best life. She gets to be with her mom. So congratulations to both Beyonce and Blue Ivy for doing the concert tour with your mom. That's pretty spectacular.
That's special, very special.
Yes, very special. So, I love me some Adele. I love her. Hello, is it you?
Is it me?
There you go. Well, our girl got engaged. And, I know it's going to be challenging for her because, people are always inside her business trying to talk about her and her man. And first they said that, they were only together because he needed her money. And then they had to back that away because he is the, I guess, manager of LeBron James. So he doesn't need Adele's money. So they had to let that go. So they are engaged, and we wish them many years of happiness.
Yay.
So, a few years back, we all woke up one Sunday morning to the sad news that Kobe Bryant and Gigi Bryant had been in a tragic helicopter accident. And the world grieved, not just for Kobe, but also for Gigi because of the love that she had, the love of life. And there was like a glee about her. Well, her mom and his wife, Vanessa, have been working to settle the lawsuit for the wrongful termination of life. And she received a settlement of $28.85 million in the wrongful death of her husband and her child. And I hope that that will give her some peace, but it still doesn't bring them back. That was a sad day.
Yeah, I
Very
remember
sad.
that. That was like February. They had that ceremony, the memorial, February the 28th, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a sad time.
Yeah, very, very sad. Very sad. So, are you all ready? Are you all geared up? Last year was Super Bowl 57, and it was a battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. That's all we kept hearing. Fly, Eagles, fly. Well, Kansas City won. And as they were on the stage and everywhere celebrating, they kept saying it's going to be a repeat. That's yet to be seen. So we'll see if they make it this year. We've got one more round of games this weekend, and then we get into the playoffs. And from the playoffs, we move on to the new Super Bowl game, which will be February 11th of 2024.
And that's going to be in Vegas. And I'm surprised
Yes.
because I was in Vegas just recently and they already have all the t-shirts and all the gear for Super Bowl and the colors are red and purple. I wonder
How
how they chose
cool.
those colors.
I don't know. Well, because red would be Kansas City for a repeat, but the purple might be the Baltimore Ravens because that's their color. So,
Yeah, well,
or it could be the
initially I was thinking 49ers, but they did a
No,
terrible they didn't do very well on Christmas Day, so I don't know if that's
yes,
going to be them.
yes. That we're kind of like, well, the way my husband shared with me, he said it's better if you're going to lose, lose now and don't lose anymore. So we hope that it's going to be another wonderful Super Bowl. And the last thing we just wanted to kind of recap is we've talked a lot about health and, makeup and, clean skin and clean interior body. And we hope that you have all learned something during the year. And as this is the cold season, everyone needs to just be a little bit more careful. People are going out and they may have a cold, they're just not wearing a mask. So don't think about it as I have to wear this mask and I don't want it to. Think about if I get someone sick, I would feel horrible. So just if it's open and airy, maybe you don't wear a mask. If it's tightly closed and you're on people, maybe you do wear a mask. Rosetta
Especially
and I
for,
just want you to be healthy.
yeah, exactly. And I wanted to just say, especially for gatherings and stuff, because we've had Christmas and then New Year's is coming up, and a lot of people like to go out and go clubbing, and it's all packed in and tight. So just be careful, right?
Yes, absolutely. So we want to thank you so much for joining us on our last chat. We covered a lot of information kind of rapidly because we didn't want to spread it out too long. However, we want you to know that we feel the love that you send to us and we send it back to you bubbling up. We thank you so much and we're so grateful that you spend time with us. And we're going to do some more things in 2024. You have to check in to find out what we're going to do. We're not going to
Yeah,
tell you, it's a
but
secret.
we've loved doing our weekly chats, and I hope that you've loved watching them. And please do interact with us and comment below if you have any suggestions or ideas. And we just really love doing it. We changed the format up a bit towards the last half of the year. What do you think of it? You
Yes,
like our old format or our new format? But we just love doing these chats and chit-chatting and chatting over teas. And oh, and don't forget, we like to say that if you, anyone watching out there, makes teas, has a tea shop in the Bay Area, we would love to
yes,
feature you in one of our upcoming chats in 2024. So reach
yes.
out to us and we'll be sure to connect with you. Make sure you put your um, contact information so we can reach you. But thank you, everyone. It's been a real pleasure for us to do these chats. And if you like this video, please hit the thumb icon. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell notification. Ding, ding. Thank you. And we are Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. And
And
remember
remember
to
to
always
always
keep
keep
smiling.
smiling.
Well, thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Take
See you next
care.
year. See you
Happy New
next year.
Year.
Happy New Year.